How are you this morning?
I'm doing all right. Clearly there's messages here we need to push forward. One Love Foundation is doing some great work. We want to learn all about it. Give us a breakdown. What is One Love Foundation all about?
Absolutely. So we were founded in honor of Yardley Love. She was a college student at the University of Virginia. She played lacrosse, and just a few weeks before she was supposed to graduate, she was killed by her ex-boyfriend. And during the trial, her friends, her family said, there was something going on here. I didn't know how to talk about it. I didn't know how to identify it. Maybe we could have stepped in. So her mother founded the One Love Foundation to really help us develop a common language so that everyone can have conversations. And we want to help people identify what's an unhealthy relationship before it escalates to abuse. This affects so many people. Over 1 in 3 women experience abuse, 1 in 3 men, and 1 in 2 non-binary and transgender folks. And certainly people of color experience that at much higher rates. And so we want to help younger generations talk about this issue and avoid that abuse before they get older.
It's deep, right?
Yeah.
It's deep work, and it's so profound. When you think about, the ways y'all do it, clearly there's probably pillars and different programs or projects y'all work on. Tell us about some of those so we can understand how you actually do this work.
Absolutely. So we do film-based workshops. We have 13 films that range from 40 minutes to 30-second clips, and accompanying those, we have lesson plans and worksheets and tools that anyone can use to start this conversation with people in their community. Really see us as a resource. So we know if we go into a classroom, we don't know that John and Jane just broke up, or Bob and Sue are having issues, but the teacher or the school counselor does know that. So we believe that those people can have even more effective conversations. So One Love Foundation is here to provide them tools, resources, and support in facilitating those conversations. Our content ranges from 6th grade through college, and we have a bunch of other PSAs and things like that, but really focusing on that film-based. So even if they've never experienced something or they want to share their personal experience, participants can still talk about what they just saw on the film.
I just realized that a lot of work around this style or this topic, focuses on kind of the after effect. So I love that y'all are like, wait a minute, beforehand, let's begin to identify that. In your curriculum and in the films and workshops y'all offer, is there something in terms of ways for folks to even identify themselves as, oh, wait a minute, I may become an abuser if I continue this way?
Absolutely. We have the 10 signs of a healthy and unhealthy relationship, but we always say in our workshops, these are behaviors. So 100% of us are in relationships. You got coworkers, you have friends, you have family. So even if you're not in a romantic relationship, you're dealing with people. And so 100% of us are going to do something unhealthy, right? At the end of the day, you are going to do something. And so those 10 signs help us identify that it's a behavior. You're not a bad person if you do one of these things, but let's talk about it before it becomes a pattern of abuse.
That's really very important. I have 2 sons. I talk about my sons all the time. And, my oldest son is in a relationship, but I'm so grateful that our relationship allows for us to have a flowing dialogue and conversations around his relationship. And I realize that that's not true for every parent-child relationship. And so there's something really unique about being able to be an open support system for not just young folks, but for anyone really that finds himself kind of in some of these categories. Is that right, Gabby?
Absolutely. The 2 things we want everyone to walk away with when they leave a workshop is knowing about those 10 signs and having an idea of a resource or a person they can go to if they're experiencing this or they just want to talk about relationships. So we call it the 3 Ps. We have parents or trusted adults, because not everyone has that relationship with their parents, professionals, and peers. And that worksheet lays it out. Do you have 2 to 3 peers you can go to? Do you know 2 to 3 hotlines or your school counselor or some kind of professional that can help you work through this? And then do you have a trusted adult in your life? I've heard stories from young people that I didn't feel comfortable going to my mom, not because we have a bad relationship, but my best friend's mom, she was there for me and I was able to talk to her about it. So having them think about it before they get into a crisis, before they get into an unhealthy relationship, they have it written down and they can just go to that person when they need to.
Gabby, what brings someone like you into work like this? I mean, again, I feel like we all need jobs, whatever, right? Yeah. But there's some of us who are really kind of called into certain work. What brought you into the One Love Foundation?
Absolutely. So my sorority, our philanthropy is domestic violence awareness. And when I was in college, it was my first or second year, I participated in a One Love workshop. Mm-hmm. It was our first film, and I really walked away saying, wow, that is something I can carry with me throughout my life. And then my path kind of went different. My background is in the arts, but something that's always been core to me is community engagement. And so when I saw this opportunity with One Love, I was like, wow, this message is so important to get across to people, and these skills I've developed of, I'm here to support them and having these conversations. It's not about me. Having these conversations was so key and just my favorite part of the job.
Well, I love it. I got to give you time. You get to look right there in that camera. Let them know how they connect with One Love Foundation. If someone out there is saying, oh my gosh, we need these workshops in our school, in our church, in our community, please let them know right there how they connect.
Yeah. So visit us at joinonelove.org. And you can find out information about how to contact us. And we have a big event coming up that you're going to hear more about, Move for Love, this Saturday, May 20th. And you can learn about that event at moveforlove.org/Seattle.
All right. Gabi Shutt, thank you so much for shutting it down right here on The Day with Trae. Appreciate you. And again, as One Love builds more events and more programs, I mean it. This is an amazing platform here for y'all, to uplift what y'all are doing. Thanks so much for being in this work.
Thank you.
Oh, wow.